So, just a few things that have happened this week. Uh, Ukraine and the United States are apparently going to enter into a rare minerals agreement uh, uh, to reimburse the United States. It's like $500 billion or something. I mean, almost all of the money that was allocated to help Ukraine was actually spent here in the United States because we gave them old weapons that we already had, and we paid defense contractors to make new and improved weapons for our military. But whatever. I mean, it got to the point where Trump was essentially blackmailing Vladimir. I always struggle with that. It's not Vladimir, it's Volodymyr Zelensky. I got to work on that. The first time Trump blackmailed Zelensky got him impeached in 2018, when he blackmailed Zelensky with, again, weapons. Like, I know you need these weapons. I'm not going to give them to you unless you open up a fake investigation into the Biden crime family ahead of the 2020 election. And then we saw this. So, a critical distinction about the thing that passed the House of Representatives last night. It wasn't a budget bill. It wasn't a bill that could go to the Senate and then go to the White House. They passed that they approved a spending blueprint that is non-binding, and it includes massive cuts, like $2 trillion in spending cuts, which is almost the entire discretionary spending part of the budget. And Medicaid is under direct threat. And all of these are incredibly wildly unpopular with Republican constituents. They've been getting an earful when they go back to their home districts to do town halls. And now leadership in the House, instead of addressing those concerns with their constituents, Republican leadership in the House is like, oh, well, you guys should just stop doing town halls, rather than address the concerns of their voters. So there's that. And the vote was close enough that, so New York Representative Elise Stefanik was nominated to be the United States ambassador to the United Nations. But right now, the balance in the House is 218 to 215. Close enough that the Senate is holding off on a confirmation vote for Elise Stefanik until this bill, the actual bill, passes the House. Because last night there was one Republican who did vote no, Thomas Massie from Kentucky, because he doesn't want to blow a hole in the deficit. This tax bill is going to add like $3 or $4 trillion to the deficit with nothing to show in return. And one effect of the first 30 days of Trump's presidency is that up in Canada, Liberals are now leading in the Canadian election polls, which nobody saw coming because Justin Trudeau had become so wildly unpopular. Well, who's more unpopular than him? Donald Trump. And the right-wing candidates up there who are emulating Donald Trump are now losing. And to close this out, during the first 30 days of President Trump's second term, he spent 10 of those days playing golf. One third of his first 100 days, typically the most consequential of any presidential term. Days where in administrations past, the president spends those first 100 days in the office working to get as much done as they possibly can during that first 100 days. During Trump's first 30 days, he spent 10 days playing golf on the golf course. Amazing.